Hi. This is for all of you Slings enthusiasts who already know something about Slings myofascial training. And even if you don't know anything about it, of course you can give it a go. This is one of my favorites, and it has a bit of a different flavors with how I am using the props of how you have learned it at the courses. So without further ado, if you have two domes, get your domes ready. Get two balls ready and enjoy one of Mumu's favorites with me. So, come into a standing position onto the domes. Stand hip width and parallel. Open the first toe joint and then center yourself. Center the pelvis on top of the thigh bones and find that elongation through your spine. Let your shoulders be relaxed. With your exhalation, bring the arms overhead, go into a plie. And as you inhale, extend the arms and circle them back down. Go a few more times. Just before we get started, let's center ourselves a little bit and bring in that deep dynamic stabilization of the pelvis and the spine, which we will rely on afterwards. Go once more. Inhale here and then stay here. With your next exhalation, engage pelvic floor and abdominals more and start to roll down vertebra and by vertebra. Gradually engage the center more and more until it's fully engaged. Keep the pelvis as upright as possible and try and keep the weight in the forefoot if that is possible for you, all the while keeping the heels connected to the domes. Keep your fingertips off the floor. Pause here and breathe in. And then bend the knees, go into an easeful deep squat. You could go all the way down if that suits you. And then from here, you extend the legs again, lift the sit bones up towards the ceiling, keep the upper body fully relaxed, and bend the knees once more. Let the tailbone traction down. You can go as deep or less deep, and once more, extend the legs. Engage pelvic floor and abdominals, hold on to the balls, and then slowly roll up one vertebra at a time, centering the pelvis and elongating the spine. Find that length through the crown of the head. Bend your knees, bring the arms overhead once more, and then lower the arms again. Hold the balls really lightly. Keep that centeredness in pelvis and spine while your arms come overhead, and then extend. From here, you're going to step over the domes. I'm mirror talking. Your left medial arch goes onto the dome, so it's the inside of your foot. Your right lateral arch, the outside of the foot, goes onto the dome. You fairly center yourself, so you just have a little bit of a massage on the inside of your left foot, on the outside of your right foot. Again, center the pelvis as much as is possible. Your right hand stays fully relaxed. Squeeze the ball strongly on the left-hand side and then curl the wrist in. Bend the elbow. Keep the wrist curled in. Keep the squeeze off the ball. Take the elbow out towards the side and in front of you. Ground your left foot more. Go into a long side bend towards your right. Now here you can place the ball against your thigh, gently extend the fingertips, and if you wish, keep squeezing the ball and move your wrist a little bit. Is your jaw still relaxed? Can you still breathe expansively? Relax the squeeze, center your wrist. With your next inhalation, expand that left side of the rib cage. Grow a little bit taller. As you exhale, let the tissue naturally recoil back. With your inhalation, expand that left-hand side. Ground your left foot. And on the exhalation, you naturally come a little bit back. One last time, breathing in. Let the breath flow. Hold on to your right ball really lightly. Bend your right knee. And then let your left arm initiate the movement. You let the arm spiral towards the right, and you let your rib cage spiral towards the right. Now you're rotated towards your right. Keep the breath flowing. Keep pelvic floor and abdominal strongly engaged, going into a spiraling roll down. Have a sense that the back of your right rib cage is rotating up towards the ceiling, so you can bring your left lower ribs more towards the right hip bone. Let your left arm reach across to the right while your right arm is relaxed. Keep that lift through the pubic bone strongly. Inhale into the lower back And once more, keep that lift through the pubic bone. Your right knee is still bent, drawing forward. Breathe into your lower back on the left. And then fold from the hips, center the upper body, place the balls either side of the mat. And extend the legs. Bend the knees once more, let the tailbone drape down, or the upper body drape over the thighs, the tailbone lengthen down, and extend the legs again to where you can keep the upper body relaxed. From here, bend the knees, active forward fold. You can step your left forefoot onto the dome, and you can bring the right base of the hand onto the other dome. Now, center your wrist as much as possible. So you want to keep a fairly centered wrist, extend your left arm at shoulder height, push into your right arm, therefore the rib cage spirals over the stabilizing arm, and then extend your left leg. Release the push of your right arm, bend the left knee again, and it centers you. Your right arm is the initiator, creating glide in the shoulder joint, in the spine, as well as strength through the spine, and length in the back of the leg. Release the push, center yourself again. Your right hand pushes, you spiral up and around, finding that length through the spine as much as is possible as you spiral up, and then you center. Fold from the hips, relax the upper body, extend the legs to where it suits. Keep the dome under the forefoot if that suits, and then roll up, hold on to the balls as well. And then roll up one vertebra at a time, lengthening through at the top. Find that elongation. Stepping off the dome for a moment, just tuning in. How does the right and the left feel? Step with your heels back onto the domes. Bend the knees. Finding some centering again. Some balance between what we just did, right and left, and lower the arms all the way back down. So with your right medial arch inside of the foot, you now go over the dome. With your left lateral arch, you go onto the dome. You center yourself as much as is possible. Feel that massage on the inside of your right foot, outside of your left foot. Left hand stays fully relaxed. You stay as centered in the pelvis and the spine as possible. Squeeze the ball strongly on the right hand side. Curl just the wrist in. Then bend the elbow. Take the elbow out to the side, yet also a bit the front, so the upper arm is centered. Ground your right foot more. Engage pelvic floor and abdominals more, and go into a long side bend. Extend the arm, keep the wrist curled in. Left hand, the ball can go against the thigh, fingertips gently extend. Now move the wrist a little bit. Breathe into that right hand side and expand it. Release the squeeze, center the wrist. Inhale, expand the right side even more. Ground that right foot. Feel that counter traction. And on the exhalation, it's that subtle recoil. You breathe in. The ball on the left only rolls down because you lengthen and expand more on the right. And on the exhalation, it's a subtle softening. Once more, breathing in and expand. Let the breath flow. Hold on to the left ball lightly. Bend your left knee. And then let the right arm spiral down. Let the rib cage follow. Let it rotate you towards the left. Start to roll down in that spiraling roll down. A sense of rotating more towards your left, which might be enhanced by having a sense of rotating the back of the left rib cage up towards the ceiling. Keep the fingertips off the floor. Keep that strong lift through the pubic bone. Inhale into the lower back. Reach through the right hand more to the left. Exhale, hold it. Keep the engagement through pelvic floor and abdominals. Once more, breathing in. And then center the upper body, bend both knees, fold from the hips, and extend the legs. Just as far as it suits. Bend the knees once more. And as you exhale, extending the legs to where the upper body can stay relaxed. Bend the knees, lift onto the fingertips. And then from here, you're going to bring your right forefoot onto the dome, left hand onto the dome. Center that dome a little bit so that it's underneath or a little bit in of the right shoulder. the left shoulder, of course. And then from here, you're going to push into your left hand as you spiral. That's when you want that shoulder to land exactly on top of the hand. Spiraling up, release the push, and center yourself. So bending your knees as much as possible so you can be centered, and then you push into the dome, spiraling up and around, strengthening the spiral line, and then you center again. Going once more, let that left hand be the initiator. Feel the spiraling of the rib cage over the stabilizing arm, the lengthening of the right leg, and then you center. Last time. Going once more, spiraling up and around as you breathe in, and then you center yourself, fold from the hips, let the head fully relax, and then start to roll back up, extending the legs, rolling up vertebra by vertebra. Let the arms be fully unloaded, centering the pelvis, elongating the spine, and lengthening through at the top. From here, stepping off the dome, sense once more how does right, left feel. Bend the knees, bring the arms overhead, and then extend the arms, the legs, lower the arms. Go once more, bending the knees, and then breathing in, lower. Bring the arms overhead, keep the knees extended. Inhale, one extension. Center the rib cage, the shoulders, and let your arms relax. I hope you enjoyed this maybe different way of doing a spiraling roll down, as well as contract and release, and stay playful.